Hey everybody, good afternoon. Happy Saturday. Happy weekend to you all. This is the Sky's the Limit Aviation channel. My name is Michael, also known as Sky's the Limit. Welcome to today's live stream as we depart out of Seattle, Tacoma, SeaTac, and head down to Salt Lake City in the PMDG 737-900. And we are Delta 2628 this afternoon. Just getting started with the boarding process. We have our flight plan already filed. Everything's already set up in the cockpit. Just need to get the bags on board, the passengers seated and seat belted in, and we'll be ready to go. And VA is the first one to show up on the live stream to say, hello, good afternoon, sir. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. So today's flight should be just under 2 hours. 1 hour and 58 minutes. Going to be departing off of 16 left today in Seattle. It's going to be the SUMMA 2 departure. And for our arrival a little bit later in Salt Lake City, it's going to be the RNAV Ski 5 arrival. With ILS 34 right approach. Hey Frank, good afternoon. How are you, good sir? For 19 passengers and 8 crew members for today's flight. Go ahead and run through some checklists real quick. EPIS altimeter set to local. Mode control panel. Flight directors are on. Auto throttle is off. Indicated airspeed is set to V2 plus 15, which will be 162 knots for departure. LNAV is armed. Heading will be 164 degrees. Altitude set to 35,000 feet. Auto brake set to RTO. Parking brake set. ComNav radio set. Transponder is set and standby. Oxygen tested 100%. Nav transfer display normal and auto. Window heat is on. Pressurization mode is set. Flight instruments, heading, altimeter, double check, parking brake set, engine start levers to cut off. Pre-flight checklist is complete. Frank says he's doing okay today, back from a friend's birthday party. Happy birthday to your friend. Hope everything went well. Okay, looks like the baggage is already aboard. We'll go ahead and close the cargo doors at this time. Oh, ouch. Frank says he had to cut it short because he got hit with a beanbag. Ow. Thankfully it didn't hit it. Thank goodness for that. Yes, you definitely need to be careful. And for those who don't know, Frank has had a heart transplant, so he has to be extra careful with activities and whatnot. So glad everything turned out okay. And we'll be taxiing via Whiskey and Bravo to runway 16 left this afternoon, and that is a 11,900 feet of runway, so we have plenty of runway for takeoff, and this will be a flaps 5 departure. And we'll depart from 16 left at Charlie.
Hello.
It'll be nose to the... It doesn't matter. It'd be nose to the right, tail to the left, because we can... really get out either way. So nose left, tail right on pushback. Go ahead and get the APU cranked in anticipation of our departure. Oil pressure light on the APU is lit. EGT, good ignition on the APU. Oil pressure light is out. Wait for the APU to settle, and we'll go ahead and go on APU power. A few more passengers to go, and we'll be all boarded. And APU generator is ready. Boarding is complete. We'll go ahead and go on APU power at this time. Go ahead and close the main door. Remove the chocks and the power. Get ready for pushback.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Before start checklist, flight deck doors, windows closed and locked. Fuel, we have, I believe, 20,400 pounds of fuel on board for today's flight. Passenger signs are on. Smoking signs are on. CDU pre-flight complete. Rudder aileron trim 3 and 0. MCP is all set. Anti-collision light is on. APU and APU generators are on. Ground power is disconnected. APU bleed is on. Engine bleeds are off before start checklist is complete. We'll start engine number 2 and engine number 1 in that order during the pushback.
Locking gear. Release parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes are released.
All engines clear. Start at will.
Right, starting engine number 2. Just been switched to ground. Good RPMs on the N2. Oil temperature coming up. Oil pressure coming up. Fuel is introduced. And normally that's the way they do it. They always start the right engine first and then the left. It's just some weird thing, but that's just kind of how they always do it. And starting engine number 1. Good rotation on the N2. Oil temperature's coming up. Oil pressure's coming up. %, fuel coming on. Good fuel flow. EGT is coming up. Good ignition on engine number 1.
Seattle traffic loss at 204 is on a 10-mile final for runway 34 left, 89 left, Seattle.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect. Unlocking gear.
All right, 2 good engines started. And here comes the rain.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
All right, after start checklist, engine generators on, probe heat on, anti-ice not required, isolation valve to auto, engine start switches going to continuous, recall has been checked, auto brake set to RTO, flight controls have been checked, after start checklist is complete. Rick says it's raining right now in New Jersey where he is, so they might cut the party short. A good thing you got out of there in time then, huh? Right, flaps setting to 5. B-reps are verified, 134, 135, 147. Seattle traffic, Delta 2628 on the south ramp, taxiing to runway 16 left via Whiskey Bravo, Seattle. And get the safety video rolling. We'll go ahead and start our taxi.
Welcome aboard. And thanks for calling.
No, nobody controlling Seattle today.
Safe and comfortable. So before we depart, we'll be showing a brief safety presentation. This information can help you if there's an emergency, so it's important to pay close attention, even if you are a frequent flyer.
All carry-on items should now be stored securely, either in an overhead bin or under the seat in front of you. And all aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas should be clear. Your mobile phones and other electronic devices should be turned off. Once airborne, we'll let you know when you can use approved electronic devices. But note that some items, such as phones, may not be used in flight at any time. You'll find a list of approved electronic devices in the in-flight information section of Sky Magazine. If you're seated at an emergency exit, please review the responsibilities for emergency exit seating on the back of the safety information card, which is in your seat pocket.
Are you okay sitting by the emergency exit?
If you're unable or prefer not to perform these functions, just let us know and we'd be happy to find you another seat. As we leave the gate, make sure your
Looks like
seatbelt
we
is fastened.
might have a runway
To fasten,
change here.
insert the metal tip into the buckle and adjust the strap so it's low and tight across your lap. To release the belt, just lift the top of the buckle or press the latch to release. Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. And even if the sign is
Yep,
off,
we do. We have a
you should keep
runway
your seatbelt
change.
fastened.
Let's go ahead and
This
stop right
experience
here
unexpected
and
For everyone's safety,
fix that. Apparently
federal
we've got
regulations require
a
all passengers to comply with
pattern
the posted
change.
placards and lighted signs located throughout the cabin, as well as any crew member
3-4
instructions.
right.
Smoke. I'm so sorry.
Smoking is not allowed on any Delta flight, and federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying a restroom smoke detector. There are 8 exits on this plane, 4 doors, 2 on each side, and 4 window exits over the wings.
And let's make sure
Each door
our
has a detachable slide that can be used as a raft. All exits
departure
are
is still
clearly
going to be
marked with an exit
valid.
sign. However, if there is a loss of power and cabin visibility is reduced, white emergency lights near the floor will lead you to red lights, which indicate an exit. Please take a moment to find the exits closest to you, and remember, they might be behind you. It's unlikely, but if cabin pressure changes, the panels above your seat will open, revealing oxygen masks. If this happens, reach up and pull a mask toward you until the tube is fully extended. Place the mask over your nose and mouth, slip the elastic strap over your head, and adjust the mask if necessary. Breathe normally and note that oxygen is flowing, so don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others. A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case, life vests are located under your seats in the economy cabin. If you're seated in the first or business class cabin, life vests are either between your seats, under your seats, or in a compartment under your armrest. To use, pull the tab to remove the vest from its container and then open the pouch. Slip the vest over your head. Fasten the 2 straps to the front of the vest and then adjust the straps loosely around your waist. If your vest has only 1 strap, wrap it around your waist and attach it to the buckle in front. As you leave the plane, inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tabs at the bottom of the vest, or manually inflate it by blowing into the tubes at shoulder level. You can activate a light by pulling down on the tab in front. If your vest doesn't have a tab, the light will activate automatically in the water. If necessary, we'll distribute infant life vests or other flotation
no
devices
change in the
for children who weigh
VREFs.
35 pounds or less. Also, most seat cushions can be used for flotation. Now, before we take off, be sure your seat is upright and locked, your tray table is put away, and all carry-on items are properly stowed. As we come through the cabin for our final
Yeah,
safety
looks like the
checks,
winds
please let us know if
just
you have
started
any
blowing the
questions.
other way,
And
so
finally, now would be a good time for everyone to review the safety information card, which is in your seat pocket.
Thanks for your attention. Enjoy your flight.
Make sure everything else looks good. Yeah, looks like we're good. Right. Seattle traffic Delta 2628 with the pattern change is now taxiing to runway 34 right for departure, Seattle. Let's do it. I love how Navigraph updates very quickly, because about the time that I saw that A350 rolling down 3-4 right, I saw the runway change in Navigraph, and then saw that other flight arriving on 3-4 left. It's like, oh, there's been a pattern change. I think we probably better go ahead and change that. Parking brake set. Start up our A cars. I'm good. They actually have a Rain X type of rain repellent system on board the 737, which is pretty cool. Seattle traffic Delta 2628 departing runway 34 right, departure to the south, Seattle. Parking brakes off. Before takeoff checklist, flap set, stab trim set, landing lights on, strobes on, auto throttle armed. Transponder is set before takeoff checklist is complete. Takeoff. Airspeed's alive. 80 knots, check. How's the rate of climb? Gear coming up. Flaps 1. Flaps coming up. I know it's that crazy inner and outer marker noise as usual. Starting to poke out above the clouds at about 8,000 feet. All right, Frank, we'll see you back in just a second. Seattle traffic, Delta 2628 passing through 10,000 feet, departure to the south. Final call, Seattle, heading over to Unicom. Actually, we're already on Unicom, but that's okay. Right, after takeoff checklist, engine bleeds on, packs to auto, landing gear up and off, flaps are up, no lights after takeoff checklist is complete. Passing through 12.7 for flight level 350 for today's flight this afternoon. Yeah, we'll go direct SUMMA at this time. hopefully we'll go direct WANTA. Above 18,000 feet, altimeter set to standard. Get our radios and everything set up for our arrival, eventual arrival into Salt Lake. So anyways, I hope everybody's having a great Saturday afternoon. All right, Frank, welcome back, sir. I wonder what mountain this is. I'm gonna have to screenshot this. That's pretty cool. Okay. That was Mount Rainier that we just flew over. St. Helens is a little bit further to our south and west of us, but we won't overfly it on the way out. All right, 1,000 feet to go. All right. Level at 350. We use a little bit of speed intervention and pick our speed up just a little bit. And let me go to So in case you ever wondered what's on my 3 monitors, here's a screenshot that has all of them. That was pretty cool, flying right over Mount Rainier. Go ahead and turn down the background noise and bring up some music. Can you bake a pizza on this? I don't know. Good question. Can you? Hi, Chris. Welcome to the live stream. How are you? I'm doing pretty good, sir. Welcome to the live stream. Heading down to Salt Lake from Seattle. Switch off our center wing tank since we've gone and drained our center wing tank of all of its fuel. Still have 15,600 pounds of fuel left with the trip down. Thank you, much appreciated. Chris says, God bless for a safe journey. Always appreciated, even though it's just a simulated flight, but make sure our simulated passengers make it to their destination safe and sound. If you're just joining the live stream, welcome. My name is Michael, also known as Sky's the Limit. This is the Sky's the Limit Aviation channel. We're heading down to Salt Lake City this afternoon in the PMDG Boeing 737-932ER for Delta Airlines. And we are Delta 2628. 119 passengers, 2 pilots, 6 flight attendants on board today. Glad to have you aboard. And Wifey has entered the chat. Hello, my sweet darling. Glad you're enjoying the background tunes. Hey, Willem. Willem says, like my old days flying KLM 601 from Amsterdam to LAX. That is a long flight. Is it like, I think from Amsterdam to Atlanta, where I am, I think is about 7 or 8, and then add the extra 4 hours to head out to LAX. That is a fairly long flight to be flying. I remember my pre-VATSIM days when I would fly Atlanta to Narita in FSX on the 777-200LR for Delta. That's a 13.5-hour flight right there. Top of descent coming up after the Bravo Yankee India VOR here a little bit later. And looking ahead for our arrival into Salt Lake this afternoon. Current weather, winds are 010 at 6 knots. Unlimited visibility. Temperature 25 Celsius, dew point -1. Scattered at 19,000, broken at 24,000. And the altimeter is 2988. In case we don't have any ATC by the time we arrive in the Salt Lake area. Double check the weather before our top of descent, like we always do. I'm going to mute the microphone for just a quick second and step off the flight deck. And I will be back in just a couple minutes. So we'll see you when I get back. We're back. On the flight deck of our Boeing 737-900. continuing our journey down to Salt Lake City. Glad to have you on board this afternoon on the live stream. Make sure that if you're not signed up on our Discord server, head on over there right now. And sign up on it. I try to post all the latest stuff going on with the channel over there and on the YouTube page as well. Yes, definitely. And I realize we don't have a lot of folks on the Discord channel right now, but as the channel grows, as the channel grows and things become more active, hopefully we can build our little community on Discord. And there is a link to the Discord server if you want to hop in there and say hi. like we have Salt Lake Ground online. And checking ahead for the current Salt Lake ATIS. 2988. Waves 34 left, 34 right, 35 in use. And we have information Quebec. About 100 nautical miles from our top of descent, so we'll be starting down pretty soon. To set our barometric minimums up right now, because it's going to take a while to dial in 4,525 feet for our minimums. There's 4,000, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 25. Take care of a couple of our top of descent items. Prior to top of descent. Check our overhead panel and make sure everything is looking good there. Landing altitude is set in the pressurization panel. Okay, we're getting there. working over on Concourse B this afternoon. Landing on 3-4 right. And we should be able to exit off on we're around Hotel 9. And then off the Foxtrot. To Echo to the ramp. Here's a look at our Navigraph as we get a little closer to the Salt Lake area. What just happened? Okay, that is totally unexpected. Not sure what is even happening there. I promise I did not touch anything. Let the simulator load back up. Again, like I said just a second ago, I don't know what happened. It literally just, I didn't touch anything. Okay. That's weird. All right, we're going to turn down the background music and bring our interior audio back up. That was pretty strange. To say the least. All right, top of descent checklist. ATIS weather and information has been checked. Landing altitude verified. Landing data VREFs. Going to be a flaps 5. Arrivals, though, or it's going to be flaps 30 landing, so final approach speed is going to be 134 plus 5 knots for the wind correction, so 139. Will be our final approach speed. Landing data VREFs are checked, ILS frequency checked, auto brakes set to 2, radio and barometric minimum set, nav radios and MCP set, anti-ice not required, center fuel tanks are off, crossfeed is on, engine start selectors to continuous. Top of descent checklist is complete. Everything looking good for our descent into the Salt Lake area. A United A320 arriving prior to us. And no other traffic inbound beyond that. We've had to turn our speed intervention back off, start slowing down in preparation for our descent down. Should be on the ground in about 15 minutes or so. and starting down out of 350 for 13,000. Lake out ahead of us there, off the nose. Switch over to CTAF, and then we'll dial in ground, which is 123775.
It's Salt Lake traffic, headed 1590, 25 miles an hour, runway 34 right, Salt Lake traffic.
Ooh, 26,000 for 13. Landing briefing. Be arriving on the ILS 34 left approach into Salt Lake. 109.5 is the localizer frequency. Final approach course is going to be 344 degrees. A 12,000 foot runway, so we have plenty of room to spare. In the event of a go-around or missed approach, we'll climb to 9,000 feet, direct to the Tango Charlie Hotel VOR, and then outbound on the Tango Charlie VOR to Ogden, Oscar Golf Delta, and we will hold there, reconfigure the aircraft, and come back for another try at the landing. Transition level is 180, as is the transition altitude. There are simultaneous approaches on 34 left and 34 right, so need to pay attention to traffic. And we have our barometric minimums set for 4,525 feet. And this will be a flaps 30 landing. Auto brake will be set to 2. And our final approach speed will be 139 knots. Descent checklist. Pressurization, landing altitudes have been checked. Recall. Is checked. Auto brake set. Landing data VREFs are set. Approach briefing is completed, and altimeters will set to 29 or 88 once we get below 18,000 feet. Descent checklist is complete.
City traffic, again, 5090 clear of 3-4 right, Salt Lake City traffic.
Beautiful weather here in the Salt Lake area for our arrival today. We'll be on the ground in about 10 minutes. speed is managed. Descent is being managed nicely by the autopilot. Haven't had to use any speed brake drag to slow us down yet, which is good. Almost a beam of our holding area in the event of a go-around. Salt Lake traffic, Delta 2628. 20 miles inbound from the field, entering the downwind for the ILS 34 right approach, Salt Lake. And it'll be a left base turn. Once we get south of the airport. Airport in sight at our 11 o'clock. Everything continuing to look good for our arrival into Salt Lake. continuing to look good on our approach into Salt Lake. The wing flex in the PMDG 737 is just so accurately replicated. I love flying this aircraft. Flaps 1. Traffic DAL2628 turning left base for the ILS runway 34 right approach Salt Lake. 20-mile final. Two. Wide slope and localizer captured. Salt Lake traffic Delta 2628, 15-mile final for the ILS runway 34 left approach, Salt Lake. Salt Lake City, just off to our 11 o'clock with the co-pilot's window. Flex 5. coming down. Salt Lake traffic, Delta 2628, 5-mile final ILS runway 34 right approach, Salt Lake.
Salt Lake traffic, United 3030 is going to be taking off from 34 right for the Desert 2 departure.
Flaps 25. Salt Lake traffic 2628, short final ILS runway 34 right, Salt Lake.
Yeah, Salt Lake traffic, United 3030 is on the roll 34 right. Salt Lake.
Approaching minimums. 300. Minimums.
Continue.
200.
And he's airborne.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Salt Lake traffic, United 33 is clear at 34 right. Climbing Desert 2 departure. Salt Lake.
Look at thrust reversers, speed brakes, 80 knots. Wasn't sure if he was going to get off the runway fast enough. Thank you, BA. Almost turned into a go-around. Now we'll go ahead and stop here and clean up the airplane. Salt Lake ground, good afternoon. Delta 2628 off of 34 right at Hotel 9, heading over to Concourse speed.
Delta 2628, Salt Lake ground, say Morgan one more time.
Over the Bravo gates, E11's fine.
Delta2628, Salt Lake ground, roger, parking via hotel.
Could you repeat that for Delta 2628?
Delta2628, parking via hotel, caution a Mountain Air 737, pushing in the ramp.
Alright. Parking via hotel and caution for the 737 pushing back. Delta 2628. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Salt Lake City, Utah. Got the 737 over there pushing. We'll go in on Echo and then over to the gate.
Salt Lake Center, Mountain Air 324, we're ready for taxi.
Mountain Air 324, my apologies, I had muted my mic accidentally. Runway 34 left, taxi via Bravo.
34 left via Bravo, Mountain 324, no problem.
Change of plans. I guess we're going to park over on. Scenery does not match my parts, so we'll Just stick it right here. Salt Lake Ground joining us on the live stream. Guess I'm gonna have to update my Salt Lake scenery.
Mountain 324 Salt Lake Ground, previous gauge for review.
Alright, over to DTS. Have a good day. Thank you.
No worries, have a good day. I will see you. I'd like to have under Salt Lake Ground is now closed. Have a good night, everyone.
Let's see, I think I'm on B7. Maybe not. I don't know where I'm at. Okay, that's all sorts of cattywampus. That's DA right there. You have a great afternoon. Appreciate you. While I'm trying to figure out this whole gate situation here, I think I'm on D12. Well, there we go. We're already at the gate, so let's go ahead and get everything shut off. And we can go ahead and start the deboarding process. Mode C, disconnect from VATSIM. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to do it for today's flight. Hope you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed having you on board with us today. My flight. All right, and again, that's going to do it for today's live stream. Appreciate you having you on board with us for today's flight from Seattle to Salt Lake City. We do have some family plans tomorrow, but if we get home at a fairly decent hour, I might do a live stream tomorrow evening. Be around the same time or so. We'll see how the day goes. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Have a great weekend if I don't see you. This is Michael Scoslin, Aviation Channel, signing off for the afternoon. Peace out. Smooth sailing. Tailwinds and clear skies in your simulated skies. Until next time, see ya. Bye for now.